Olivia, are you there? Please, I need you to answer me right now. This is really, really serious. I need you to divorce me right this second. Please, you have to. I can't spend another day of my life being married to you.
Andy, are you serious right now? What are you talking about? Why in the world do you want me to divorce you? I don't understand. Did something happen between us?
No, it isn't that at all. This isn't your fault. But the fact is that I've met someone I love more than you. And I want to be with her from now on. But before that can happen, you need to divorce me.
Hold on a second. You're telling me that you're in love with someone else? Are you really serious right now?
Please, there isn't anyone else in the world who makes me as happy as this woman does. And I really, really want to be with her. That's why I'm begging you right now to divorce me. I've already signed my half of the divorce papers, so all that's left is for you to sign yours. And then once you do that, I can finally be with the woman of my dreams.
Now hold on just a minute. I mean, where is any of this even coming from right now? What do you mean you have someone else you want to be with? So you're being serious right now. This isn't just some crush you have or something like that. This is really happening right now.
I'll be honest with you. I've already been going out with this woman for about half a year at this point. So yes, I'd say it's very serious.
Wait, hold up. You've been seeing someone for 6 months behind my back? So you're basically admitting that you've been cheating on me this whole time. I don't understand how you could betray me like this and just come out and say it just like that.
Call it betrayal or call it whatever you want. The fact of the matter is that I love someone else now and nothing is going to change that. Please, you have to understand that she's the only girl I want to be with. Every day that I stay married to you and apart from her is like putting me through the worst torture you can think of.
But, I mean, okay. Let's just calm down right now and talk about this more slowly. First of all, are you sure that even if you and I get a divorce, that you'll be even happy with this woman? After all, you don't even work. You're just a house husband. Are you really sure you want to get a divorce while you're unemployed? Is this woman really going to take care of you and pay you like I've been doing for you?
Of course she does. She has a job and has already been paying for anything I ask her to. So please, you have to trust me when I say that I've put a lot of thought into this, and I just really want to end things with you right now. I hate being with you. I hate my life with you. It's so boring and horrible, and you just aren't the woman that I fell in love with. You don't have any of your old charms.
Well, I'm so sorry that I'm not as young or pretty as I used to be, but the fact of the matter is that I am your wife. Besides, you're forgetting that I'm a doctor. Can she really provide for you like I can? I thought we were happy together. I would go out and work and you would take care of the house. I thought that was okay.
Well, now I found someone else who is willing to look after me the way you did, so you don't need to worry about me. Of course, I realize that I'll probably never be able to make as much money as you are. But we don't care about money when we have all the love in the world to make us happy. She's already told me that no matter what happens, even if we're both poor, we'll stick together and make things work between us because we love each other.
Okay, well tell me, does she even know that you're unemployed? Does she know that you don't even have a job? Or are you saying that you just want to marry her because you haven't even shown her who you really are?
Look, you just don't get the love that we have for one another. The reality of the situation is that she loves me for who I am, and nothing is going to change that. And that's why I want to be with her. We were meant to be together. So please, can you just divorce me so that I can go and live with who I'm meant to be with? You have no idea the pain I have to go through every single day from being with you.
Well, fine. If I'm really causing you so much pain in your life, then you can have it your way. I'll just do as you say and divorce you. Are you happy now?
Do you really mean it? You'll actually divorce me?
I think a wife and a husband should be there for one another and be able to support one another. So if you really hate being married to me that much, then I think the best thing for the both of us is to just go on with this divorce.
So then you'll sign the divorce papers and everything? You have no idea how much this means to me. I left them in the drawer inside the kitchen counter. You should see them there. I'll start packing my things right now so that I can move in with my soon-to-be new wife right away.
Whatever you say, Andy. And I just hope that you two have a happy life together.
Hello there. You must be Olivia, right? I just wanted to say thank you so much for handing over Andy to me without a fuss. I really do appreciate it. We actually just got back from the courthouse where we got ourselves legally married.
And I take it that you must be the woman that Andy ended our marriage for. Is that right?
I'm not just any woman now. I'm Andy's wife. Thank you very much. And you better remember that the next time that you talk to me.
Of course. And I'll be sure to say that in the near future. And I suppose a congratulations is in order. I hope you two can be very happy for the rest of your days together.
Wow, Andy was so right about you. He said that you're such a pushover when it comes to stuff like this.
Is that what my ex-husband had to say about me? He said I'm a pushover.
That's right. He said that you actually calmed down when you started to talk about your divorce, and that you just handed him over without a fight. I honestly have never heard of a woman doing such a thing for the man she supposedly loved. I would have thought that anyone who really truly loved their husband would go out kicking and screaming and shouting, not wanting to lose their relationship. It's almost as if you knew that he was going to leave you for a better, younger woman.
Well, I suppose that I just don't see the point in doing that when it isn't going to change anything now, is it? I mean, if I were to cry and throw a fit, would you give Andy back to me?
You mean you would still want him back after all of this time? Wow, I didn't realize that you were still so hung up on him. You really are a weird one, you know that? I don't know how I would react if I had my rich doctor husband stolen away from me. I don't think that I'd be able to live with myself at all. It really is just so sad. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're just in shock right now.
Excuse me? I'm sorry, did you just say my rich husband that's a doctor? I'm afraid that I really have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Oh, come on. You don't have to start playing dumb with me. But it's okay. I'll let you live in whatever fantasy world that you want after all of this. After all, an old woman like you never stood a chance against a pretty young girl like me, and it's clear why Andy chose me over you. You're an old, shriveled up lady, while I'm still young and pretty and in college.
Wait 1 minute, you're still in college? Are you serious? Just how old are you?
Are you really that surprised? Didn't Andy tell you anything about me? I suppose I'll have to formally introduce myself then. My name is Mary, and yes, I'm still in college, thank you very much. And if you really must know my age, I'm 20 years old right now.
You mean to tell me that my husband got with a girl that was 20 years old? This whole time, I thought that he was getting with someone at least closer to our age range, but you do realize that the two of you are well over 10 years apart in age, don't you?
You really think that anyone cares about age these days? There are plenty of couples with decades of ages between them.
Yes, I'm very well aware of that. It's just that I'm shocked about all of this. I mean, do you mind if I ask just how in the world did you meet Andy in the first place? Because I can think of where Andy might have gone to meet someone like you.
Well, actually, I'm a medical student right now. Well, pre-med, but still. Anyways, there was an open house at the school, and that's where we met.
So you're a medical student and you ended up with Andy?
That's right. I'm actually one of the top students in my class. You see, ever since I was little, it's always been my dream to become super rich. And so that's why I wanted to become a doctor, so that I can have lots of money. Although I have to say, I'm a little let down by my program. I mean, I really had no idea that I would need to study this hard and take this many tests just to become a stupid doctor. But that's when I had my perfect plan. Instead of becoming a doctor, I should just use my time here at the school to try and marry someone who is already a doctor instead.
Wait, what? Is that really what you want to do with your life? Is that really why you're at college, just to find someone to marry?
Well, of course, if I can meet someone rich to marry me here, well, then I won't even have to finish school. I could just marry a doctor and have all of his money. It's perfect, don't you think? I mean, how can it not be when it's already worked and I'm already married to a doctor now? I can finally drop out and be the housewife that I've always wanted to be.
And that's why you wanted to marry Andy. Do I have everything right?
Well, of course. I was kissing up to all the teachers and visitors who looked like they might have had some money. And in the end, I finally found my rich Dr. Prince Charming, my precious Andy.
Oh, wait a second. Now that you mention it, I remember Andy saying something to me about going to some event at a university.
Well, he was just so nice to me and such a handsome man, too. I really did luck out, you know. I know for a fact that must make at least $1 million a year. And now he's all mine. I suppose you must be pretty upset that I stole your breadwinner away from you, though. But I guess that's just life sometimes, isn't it?
Now that you mention it, Andy has always had a thing for younger girls. Stupid me for thinking that he finally grew out of that phase and that he was actually ready for marriage.
What are you doing? Are you talking to me or are you talking to yourself via text? No wonder he left a batty old woman like you. And it's not like I'm a kid or anything. I'm an adult and I can make my own decisions.
Yeah, you most certainly can, but please don't let me stand in the way of your happiness.
I wasn't planning on letting anything of the sort happen anyways, but I guess I can forgive you this one time. After all, I can't even imagine how it must feel right now to have my rich husband stolen away from me like I did to you. There's really nothing now to worry about, knowing that I'm going to be with my millionaire husband for the rest of my life. I'm so sorry that you'll just have to spend the rest of your life all shriveled up, old, and alone.
Yep, shriveled up and alone. And, oh, by the way, you should know that Andy does not have a job.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, you mean he's, like, taking a break for research or something?
No, I mean, he doesn't have a job at all. But anyways, you don't need to worry about that. I think you guys will be just fine. I can make more than enough money to take care of myself. And now that I don't have Andy anymore, I can finally start enjoying my life.
Now, hold on just 1 second there. What in the world are you talking about right now? Andy isn't unemployed at all. You're not making any sense. You're trying to scare me because you're upset that I'm the winner and you're the loser.
No, that isn't it at all. In fact, Andy lied to you and you fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, to think that he would go after someone so much more younger than him, though. The truth of the matter is that Andy has always been a house husband, and he didn't have a job when he divorced. But I'm only telling you the truth because, well, I knew you'd find out sooner or later.
Okay, hold on right now. This can't be right. You're telling me that Andy was just an unemployed stay-at-home husband before we got married? This doesn't make any sense at all.
Well, like I said, I'm only being honest with you right now.
But this can't be right. You've got to be lying to me. Surely he's just in between jobs at a really nice hospital, right? I mean, he's probably just tired from how stressful being a brain surgeon is.
Brain surgeon? Is that what he told you what he was? Oh, my poor child. No. I'm afraid that Andy hasn't had a job for a long time. Probably for the last 5 years, at least. Andy couldn't even hold down a part-time job, let alone have the skills to be a surgeon. He barely cleans up after himself. And that's why he married me. You see, I'm the doctor, not him. And it took years to get him to finally clean up around the house while I was at work.
So then, you're telling me the truth. Andy really isn't a doctor at all. And he's just a house husband who barely does anything without being asked first? No. You're lying. You've got to be lying to me right now. He is a doctor. He just has to be one.
I'm telling you, he isn't even close to being a doctor. He did work for a while before we were married, but that ended not long after we did.
No, this can't be right. You're lying to me. You're trying to upset me. Why would he be at my school if he wasn't a doctor? I mean, I talked to him about my classes and he listened and understood what I was saying. And he got all excited when I told him about my medical classes too.
You know, Andy did actually want to be a doctor. He actually took the pre-med track, but he kept failing all of his exams, and eventually he gave that up and just looked for a regular 9-to-5 job.
You're kidding me, so that's how he knew what I was talking about?
And he was probably at your school because he would go there with me every now and then as my +1. So I guess it would make sense why he would zero in on you to try and marry.
But the only reason I wanted to be with Andy in the first place is because he told me that he was a doctor. But you're telling me that he's just some med school dropout? No graduation date for him or nothing?
I am honestly just surprised that he was able to convince anyone, especially a medical student, that he was a doctor. Either he's a much better liar than I thought, or you're just a very, very bad judge of character.
So you mean to tell me this entire time, our relationship with each other has just been one big lie?
Oh, well, it might take some time and money, but you can always divorce Andy and go back to your studies.
I can't do that! I already submitted my letter of resignation from the school! I was going to be a housewife! I was ready to quit everything! Didn't want to study any longer! My program director already sent me an email confirming that she got the letter too!
Oh, I see. Well, it sounds to me like you might have to discuss that with your school, not me. Either way, it sounds like you've got a lot of problems on your plate, and seeing how this no longer concerns me, I'm going to take my leave now. Have a nice life. After that, I got some really angry texts from Andy asking why his brand new bride-to-be was demanding a divorce from him and threatening to sue him for fraud. And I told Andy if he really wanted the answers to those questions, that he should go look in the mirror. I reached out to some of my colleagues at the university where Mary was going to ask for a follow-up about what happened to her, and apparently she did end up suing Andy for fraud and was able to convince the school to let her back in, despite already submitting her resignation letter. I decided to discuss things with the head of the medical school and show them the text from Mary about how she was only there to not really become a doctor, but to marry a doctor and drop out as soon as she can become a wife. And because of that, she was barred from re-entering the pre-med program and was forced to start her new college career with a new major somewhere else. I don't know what career she's going to choose next, and if she's even going to go through with it. I don't know, maybe she can take some classes on critical thinking or communication to avoid being lied to again like that. As for me, having that dead weight that was Andy finally cut off from me, I was free to travel around and do all kinds of things that I always wanted to do, but I couldn't because Andy refused to. And I really have no idea how he convinced me or anyone that he was a doctor. But that sounds like a question for a psychologist, not me.